Maybe you realized it or not in the last session. What you see here is the information completeness check. What this integration does is basically it checks for all the elements on the screen if the information of all linked elements is enough to provide the information for this element. So for example, this here is red because the screen does not provide all the information to build this command. Let's make it a little bit clearer. The event here has exactly the same attributes as the command. So we have the customer ID, we have the email, thus this arrow is black. Now, if we removed the email attribute, for example, in the command, what will happen is, oh, that didn't work. What will happen is the arrow will turn red because now the command says, I don't have enough information to fill this event. It's simply not enough. The system checks there is not enough information provided by the command to fill this event. So we need to verify where this information is coming from. And this is so crucial. This is the so-called information completeness check. We need to be aware that there are a lot of assumptions in our system, and we need to clarify these assumptions before we go into the implementation. And this information completeness check helps us to find these gaps in our requirements. We could assume that the email address is available at this point in time. In reality, maybe it isn't. And this is the point when we start the implementation and we realize there is not enough information available, then our project gets delayed. This is where it gets really, really, really expensive, because then we need to change our plans, we need to change our prioritization in the backlog. Everything changes just because we forgot this one little thing. Now, what we can do is we just provide this information here again. We say this is the email. And the information completeness check will turn black again. The good thing is, if we now say, for example, we clear the command completely, we could also say, all right, why is this arrow red? Just select the arrow. It will tell you the customer ID and the email is missing. And since we know that the command will provide all this information, we can take a shortcut and just copy all the fields to the command and simply save it. Now this arrow is black again. This saves so much time and gives you much confidence into our model, because when you deal with really big event models, it's so helpful to go through the model and just see that all the arrows are black, which means you did a good job planning the system. There are no gaps in the requirements. So please be aware of the information completeness check. If you have the commercial license, it's already included. If not, you can do the information completeness check completely manually by just checking the attributes. Both is working. Both is very important. Using the commercial integration, it's just a little bit faster. All right, see you in the next session.